How to revive a 15-year-old girl's interest in going to school again. Very bright, but grades don't reflect that. She doesn't go to school regularly.
That is such a hard one. The school refusal right now is huge. It's so much more common. It's sort of like changed in the last several years, and I think a lot of that has to do with technology. A lot of that has to do with the pandemic and the way school has changed. I think a lot, but it was getting bad before that. So I think that my opinion, I don't know anything. It's just my opinion, but is that a lot of this has to do with that in the last several years, 10, 20 years, the pressure on kids in general has gotten much higher, at least in the United States. The pressure meaning that you only have so many hours, or let's say your brain has like a tank of gas. You only have so much gas in the tank per day. And they have to manage not only all of their classes like they used to, but checking portals to find information about classes. It is insane checking the details, the executive function that's required to check the portals effectively. You got a kid in, let's say, high school with several different teachers. Some of them use different, some use Google Classroom, Infinite Campus, their own website. It's absolutely insane for them just to find basic information. The emails they have to check, the alerts on their phone, everything that's vying for that tank of gasoline, that's vying for their attention in a day. And the pressure that comes with that is really off the charts and unreasonable, in my opinion. So for this kiddo to be refusing school, you can imagine it as they're not refusing school, they're refusing the experience of being overwhelmed. They're actually telling you something very valuable. I am so overwhelmed. I cannot handle this situation. There's too much pressure. I don't know what to do. I don't have a solution. I don't have the tools to navigate and work with this. Please help me, is what the kid's saying, right? So, how can we help them? Well, we can do what we can to lower the load if that's possible. We can get more support from teachers. We can make things more engaging and interesting by maybe communicating with teachers, switching schools. That is not just the answer, by the way. All schools are going to look it on their website. I've seen so many families switch schools and it's the same story. And it seems like oh, this one's the panacea. No, they get into it and it's like, okay, it wasn't. Sometimes it is. But how, can they take one fewer class? Can they take two fewer classes? It just, what can we do to A, lower the pressure? And so that's on the one side. And B, what can we do on the other side to increase engagement or fun or interest or passions or how meaningful their experiences are with education? And C, how can we give them tools to work with how they might, as we were talking about before, make mountains out of molehills and make that things can feel even bigger than they are? How can we give them tools, emotional regulation tools around that sort of thing? So it's a really, it's such a tough issue. I don't feel like I have great answers for that issue because what they're saying is this is too much, and they are right. It is, and it's very hard to make it not too much and to do those three ABC things that I just mentioned. I don't even know if that's all the things, just what came to mind, but to do those three things in and of themselves will take probably a couple months to get that kid's nervous system to really feel like, okay, I'm safe, I've got this. So that's just and then we haven't even looked at sleep, nutrition, or food sensitivities and what is going in their body. Is it, very processed food? Is it stuff that the body is absorbing that's very nutrient dense? Are they waking up rested? Are they getting enough movement and exercise? And then we haven't even talked about trauma and things that have or are going on in their life that are traumatic for them, that have impacted their nervous system. So it's such a challenging issue, but that's the best I got for you in a couple minutes to maybe shed some light on it.